Okay, folks, here it is. The finally completed, hand spun, hand woven, hand dyed bag is completed at last because today I was able to finally attach the clasps and and put on the brand new strap in a turned krokbragd pattern that is a bigger version of the one I was making last weekend. So let's just take a moment to admire the finished bag. Uh, you will notice every time this strap flips over that one of the things about turned krokbragd inkle bands is that they are not two-sided, or I mean, they're two-sided, but they don't have the same pattern on both sides. There is there's the mirror image of the krokbragd pattern on the wrong side. But doggone it, that front side looks so sweet with those sheep. I am now very, very happy, and I think the thing that makes this work as well as I consider it does is that I use black on the edges, and there's black on the sheep too. So even though that turquoise blue doesn't show up anywhere else on this bag, the black and the white make it kind of tie the whole thing together. So I am now done with this project, which has taken so much longer than it really needed to. But man, it was worth it. As I mentioned last weekend, I have tried out this bag uh, for 2 weeks now, 4 whole days, and really love its size, its ability to keep stuff inside. Everything is groovy. So now that this project's done, I want to turn to a related issue, which is bands and straps generally, and the issue of scale. So here's what I mean by scale. And here are some bold and slightly worn examples of different ankle bands woven at different scales. So this poor decrepit thing, is the strap on my current purse, which I am planning to remake. I'm making a whole new purse. Got it about, I'd say, 70% done today. Uh, and you can see that this is a very simple plain pattern, and it mostly works. What doesn't work as well about it, so this is actually a black and gray pattern because that was what I had on hand, and then this blue is a I think yarn.com called it something like a denim print, uh, but there's and the black really stands out because of the contrast value, but the other two colors are not clearly distinguishable from each other. And then this, of course, is also this was made with this purse strap I made with, I think, cotton, and it's something, it would be the equivalent of a 5-2 mercerized cotton. Uh, and then this strap that I had been using on my purple tote bag, I made with I can't, I think it's a DK weight, 100% cotton. And this is just simple, I think it's Dishy yarn from Knit Picks. And not only is the strap much wider, but because the yarn is fatter, it has a much bolder appearance. Um, the graphics show up much more clearly. Now, the strap I was working on last weekend was must have been 5-2 cotton, mercerized cotton. And this is the part I showed you with all the mistakes, where I was using the same yarn as the weft, and then I switched to a worsted weight cotton that I had in my stash, and suddenly the sheep got bigger and bold and taller and fatter, and I really loved that look. I hadn't, so when I went to this band, I was using all worsted weight. And I think that I had not really factored in how this drastic change in yarn weight was just going to affect the whole look of the band. Now, I'm actually fine with this, and of course, now that I look at it, I see that, oh, I beat too hard there, or something went amiss. But, you know, sheep come in different shapes and sizes, so that's okay. Uh, so this is really bold, and it is about 1.25 inches wide. So it fits perfectly in 1.25 inch overall clasps. Um, so the scale of this actually suits the job it's going to be doing, which is carrying around a tote bag. I wanted something wide. I wanted something that would really pop. And this one performs all those functions admirably. So I've also been playing around with, sorry about that glare, there is just no way to keep the pendant lights on my island from reflecting on the countertop. So I also started playing around yesterday with a strap for the new purse, and pulled together these colors and pulled together the free inkle pattern maker online. And I'll show you what the thumbnail looks like in a moment. And designed, warped, and started weaving a new strap. And then everything fell apart. But that's okay because I learned something from it. So these were the colors I pulled together. And you can see that, of course, whenever you put black and white together, you've got the ultimate contrast value. Like, you can't get more contrast value than black and white. It just doesn't happen. But the black and the purple, though they look like they are different in terms of contrast here, as you'll see in a second, not so much when they're woven in a small scale. And even this bright blue, not so much in a small scale. So let's take a look at the strap that I started making last night. Okay, so we're going to super zoom in, and you will see that the band pattern I put together, and this was, I adapted this. So Annie McHale has this wonderful book of not just techniques, but patterns for inkle bands called In Praise of Plain Weave. And if you are an inkle weaver or want to be an inkle weaver, this is a book you want, because she is just amazing at this stuff. And in this book, she, especially if you get the PDF version, she has links for every single one of her designs to this free uh, pattern editor. Well, as it turned out, I was looking in her book and saw a photo of one of the bands she'd woven, and I thought, oh, I really like that one. I want to remake this. And I could not find, if she had if she had laid out the pattern in the book, I could not find it. So and anybody can do this on a simple, plain old inkle band. You can reconstruct the pattern, because you can see it. If it's a plain weave band, you can see, for instance, that there's 3 picks of black, and then 1 of purple, and then 1 of blue, light blue, and then 2 of the darker, brighter blue, etc., etc. So I felt really proud of myself for managing to recreate this pattern that I liked so much. But what I had not factored in was how the farther away from you get, the more all the darker colors kind of bleed into each other, blend into each other. So I am going to have to rework this. I'm also going to have to rework this because I made a tactical mistake when I was warping the loom, and I can't advance my warp. Uh, Live and learn, people. There were lots of colors to change in this, and it was a long, slow process, so I blew it. However, that's kind of okay, because now I have an excuse to take off the warp and try something new, try something wider, try something bolder. So this strap is actually about the width I want it, but it's the scale that's causing the problems. So in the next video, I'm going to try something I've never tried before, which is um, videoing my computer screen to show you how I can play with certain aspects of this inkle weaving pattern editor, and just play with the scale. So let's see how that all goes.